Good morning. Welcome to Time in His Word. Do you remember as a kid asking your parents for something? Could it be a bicycle, the latest video game, new pair of tennis shoes, because everybody's got them? I can remember as a kid, PF Flyer tennis shoes was the shoes to have. They can make you run faster and jump higher. And I got me a pair. I didn't quite do that, but I still had PF Flyers like all the other kids in class. But nonetheless, but I remember asking my dad and mom for stuff, and I always asked for in confidence, knowing that if it was possible, I would get it. But, at the same time, if I asked for stuff that was out of the question, I was just being silly because there was no way it was going to be given. And then, but when we think about that, asking of our Father of something, if we think about that in our walk in Christ, when we go to prayer in God and asking for things, what are we asking Him for? Are we asking Him for wisdom to better so that we'll better understand the Bible and His writings and how it applies to life, and how do we use it when we witness to somebody? Do we ask for Him to guide our steps, to keep us out of harm's way, and keep us on the path that He has laid out for us? Or are you asking Him for something else, something that's more personal, that's, for instance, just because the Joneses down the street have a brand new Lincoln and a brand new Cadillac, going to God and asking Him for the same is not what it's about. I doubt very seriously if that prayer would be answered. I'm just going, just looking at it realistically, because I don't think that's what God is, an ATM for us to keep up with the Joneses. But in Luke the 11th chapter, verse 9, it says, "I say to you, ask and it will be given, seek and you will find, knock and it will be opened for you." I believe that if we're asking for things in prayer, and it's what we're asking for pertains to having a stronger walk in Christ, being a better witness, things along that lines, we're more apt to get our prayers answered than if we're asking for worldly possessions or things of that nature. I don't think there's anything wrong as a small businessman like myself, asking for God for wisdom to make better business decisions. I'm not asking to make $1 million by the end of the week, but making good decisions business-wise is going to keep me profitable, and along those lines. It's kind of one of those, you know in your heart whether what you're asking for is legit or it's just, like I said earlier, stuff to worldly possessions. Asking in prayer for family members who are ill to be well. There's nothing wrong with that, even when you know what the final outcome's going to be. Like with my brother and sister-in-law, they prayed for their mom to be better, but they knew in the end what was going to happen. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to pray for that, so that she has so that while they're ill, they don't suffer. It's kind of a hard thing to explain, but I think you understand what I'm getting at. When we go to ask for things in prayer, we ask in confidence, and we ask for things that are not contributed to worldly possessions, worldly wealth. I think that's, like I said again, that's just, to me, it's wrong. It's not going to be answered. You're just, you're wasting your time. But like I said, that's just my thought. But I think when you're praying sincerely and with confidence, whatever you're praying for, God will answer them again in His time and in His way. Everything's on His time and His way. Nothing is on our time or our way. But again, when we go to the Father in prayer, pray with confidence. Pray as if you are, you are his child, and you know that your prayers will be answered. But again, we have to remember everything's answered in his time, in his way, and on his timeline. I pray every day for my family and for my mom. She's ill, and we know what she's struggling with, but I pray for her more so for comfort, because what she's going through is tiresome and hurts. But I pray for comfort, because I'm like anybody else. You don't see your mom suffer. But and then I pray for the caregivers who's taking care of her, to give them strength, because if they're strong, then that helps my mom to be strong. You see what I'm getting at? But yeah, just pray in confidence, and pray for things that like I said earlier, things that's going to make your walk stronger in Christ, your knowledge in him stronger. Just whether what you're asking for is legit or not. But there's nothing wrong with going to God in prayer with confidence, and knowing what you need, and knowing that he'll supply our needs.